So when I got this, for the most part, it was fairly stock. Besides pipe, um, muffler on there, FMF system. I think it's a Q4 set or muffler, and yep, Q4. Power bomb, I think. Yep, power bomb header. It has a 3x3 airbox mod, which you can get on YouTube. A lot of guys do that, and then it has a JD jet kit, which is pretty standard. It really wakes these things up quite a bit from just factory settings. The only thing I've actually had go wrong with it last year, I was running home from work one day, and I actually kind of slid out around a corner a little bit. Luckily I was going really slow. I was actually stopped at a stoplight, was taking a right-hand turn, and I got on it around the corner, and the back tire slid out a little bit. I looked back, there was oil all over the rear tire, so I kind of limped it home, and come to find out, the countershaft seal had blown out and was losing all the oil out of the engine. So I repaired that. That was no big deal. At least I caught it. I was happy I found it before it dumped all the oil and actually blew up or something. But I want to do a few things to this before spraying. I'll show you a little bit closer here. So I got bars for it. It's just got stock bars on right now. I'm going to do something about the mirrors. These things are kind of clunky. Probably do something about the front turn signals and the rear turn signals. Actually, I know what I'm going to do about the fronts. They make, Zeta Armor makes some handguards, Barkbuster handguards with the aluminum guard in there, and then the plastic guard in the front that actually has built-in turn signals. So I'm going to do that and then eliminate those front turn signals. And then in the rear, I'm not exactly sure. Have to look and see what they offer for that. So if you are watching this and know of a good product, let me know. I've got a rack coming, luggage rack for the rear with a bag, so I can, if I'm on my way home from work and I want to grab some beer, you can stick it in that, and don't have to worry about bringing a backpack to wherever I ride. I can throw some groceries in, whatever. Probably put my registration, my insurance in there, because otherwise, where are you going to put it on this thing? I did swap out the original, or the factory tires, with these, what are they, Twin Duro Continental TKC 80, I think they are. But they're kind of like, you still got good road manners with them, but it's not like riding on ice when you do get off-road like it is with the Supermoto tires. So you got a little bit of traction there. You can get, as long as you're not doing any crazy trails, you're probably going to be fine. What else? Oh, I'm going to do a phone mount here somewhere so that I can use it for GPS if I'm on fire roads or something down in on state land or whatever. That'll be right there, so you can kind of figure out where you're going and where you've been. I'm going to do a phone charger up here. Like I said, do something about the mirrors. And I don't know, that's probably about it. It's a decent little bike. It gets great gas fuel mileage. You can put $5 in and ride for like 2.5 days back and forth to work. So I think I don't want to say, because I had it figured out, but I can't remember how many miles per gallon it is, but it's in the 50s. So I'll take you along. We'll swap the bars out, do the grips, and then when I get the handguards and the rack, we'll put those on and see how they look. I'm going to do an oil change. I've got an oil change sitting right there for it. And then she should be ready to rip for this spring. So I just got to pop the clutch perch off here and the front brake perch. Alright, last time I left the bike here, I just finished the bars and I was going to change the oil. The battery was dead, so I want to let it warm up and get the oil warm before I drain all that out. So I figured I got the LED lights in the mail and I'm going to start putting those on. So I'll show you kind of what I did here. I took both number plates off, as well as the seat, and that stuff comes off really easily. There's 2 little bolts for each of the number plates, and then this strap actually goes over the seat, and you pull that bolt out after you get the number plates off, and then your seat pops right off. So there's really nothing to that. So I figured I'd save you the boredom. Up here, so the handguards I've got coming have the built-in turn signals. So you got your actual hand shroud, I guess, whatever you want to call it, your handguard, the plastic piece, and that's got a built-in blinker. So I'm going to tie those into the existing blinker lights. But I figured that'd be a good place, since I'm getting rid of the front turn signals. That'd be a good place to mount my LED spotlights on the side. So, you know, the brackets are already there. It's nice. Only thing I might do is I might take them off. I might weld a washer onto there and then paint it black, just so this hole isn't so big. That's really oversized. So on this side, just to see what it looked like, I put in a couple washers there, but I might actually take that off, like I said, and just weld one on. Then I can actually tighten my nut on the inside right down without having the washers. Or I might just paint the washers, I don't know. We'll see. Let me show you what I'm going to do next. So here's the wiring that came with the LED lights. You got your switched end down there, which will mount on the handlebars, and then you got your hot and your ground for both of the lights that I'll wire those in up here, right behind the tank somewhere. I'm probably gonna zip tie the wires to this, and then I'll put some connectors on these so you can easily remove them. Something that basically the male ends to these here, which I probably have. And then this relay and the fuse, I took my seat off here so that I can mount that kind of right here. I'm going to put a little screw through the plastic of the airbox. So there's that 3x3 airbox mod I talked about earlier. Basically just cut a hole and then you rejet it. But I'm going to mount that under the seat there, and then my positive and my ground wire should come right down and reach right to my battery, so I'll wire those in. That'll be no problem. I'm going to take the tank off. I'm going to take these wires right up behind the tank there. So I'm going to just pull the tank off, and that way I got everything exposed here. I can do all my wiring really easy, and then we can test those lights out, see what they look like. Alright, so I just stuck the battery back in there just to make sure everything's going to reach that I need to. Kind of looks looks like it's going to be a little short for the negative wire here. So I might have to just extend this, cut this off and extend it. But I'm going to cut the zip tie here, see if I can get a little bit more slack. Nice tight connection. Looks good, clean. I'm gonna leave this end nice and long, and then I'll cut it to size once I get everything mounted on the bike there and know exactly how long I need it. So I just fished these kind of under there, under the subframe, same as these other wires are, and then I'm gonna zip tie them right along there. This one I'll probably just leave long and double back to the positive. This one I'll cut just a little long and go to the negative there. As far as this fuse, I'm going to just zip tie that to some existing wiring using this existing cable tie here right in front of the airbox opening, and then this I am just going to stick in there, get it so it looks a little bit better than that, and then maybe I even go that way with it. Might do that. That'll give me more room. I'll stick my fuse up there. So I'm going to set the camera down here and we'll do that. I'll bring you back in a second. So while I'm routing that wiring up along the frame of the bike to get everything up to the handlebars where I need it, I'm going to also just run these wires at the same time with those wires. That way I'm not putting extra zip ties on and everything else. This is just a charger that you tie into your battery, and it runs up, mounted on the bars somewhere. Got a fuse on it, you know, your positive and negative for your battery, and then I can charge my phone. So it's just a USB port, and I got a little 1-foot charger that, a charger cord I should say, for my iPhone, and gonna get a phone mount, and that way you can use it for GPS or whatever. So I'm just gonna run these wires at the same time, save some steps. Alright, so I'm really happy with that. Left a little slack on the positive lines, just so I, you know, whatever. If you want to put the lights on something else, you don't have to add to them maybe down the road. Got my relay here for the lights, got my fuse here for the lights. The fuse for the charger ended up here by the battery. Routed everything under the subframe here and right up the subframe, and then followed some factory wiring, routing right there along the frame, which will be underneath the fuel tank. So up here, this plugs in to the other end of my charger, my USB charger, just basically has a male-female connector on the end of that. And then here's the wiring for my lights. You got positive and negative here, positive and negative here for the right hand side, and then this comes up and connects to wherever you mount your switch. So let's do that next. So a couple things here. I just got these Zeta Armor handguards, built-in turn signals. There's the wiring that comes with it. Comes with some electrical connectors. I'm not going to use any of that. What I did was I cut the factory connectors off the turn signals that came on the bike, both sides. I'm going to wire these in, heat shrink everything once I get them mounted on the bike so I know how long everything needs to be. and I don't have a lot of extra wire hanging there. And then they'll mount up here, and I'll come down. All right, so here they are. They get stuff back in there behind the headlight. So I just got that routed. Oh. Got power. That's gonna be sweet. Haven't exactly figured out where I'm gonna put the switch at. Thinking build a little bracket off the clutch perch. Put it right here. So we'll see about that. And then I gotta figure out a place to mount the USB phone charger deal there. So might have to extend that wiring just a little bit. I don't know, it's gonna be close depending on where I mount this. So that's what I'm gonna do